Hi everyone, Valentine's Day. For some of us, it's love in the air, it's romance, it's going to a restaurant, getting flowers or a present. And for some of you, it's a quiet day, it's loneliness, it's heavy, it reminds you of some of your stories that you don't want to think about. Valentine's Day doesn't land the same in everyone's heart.
But we feel like we need to be excited about February 14th. But some are married and still feel lonely. Some are single parents and you've never really planned that. And now you're there with this heavy burden on Valentine's Day and feeling lonely. Some are grieving, some are remembering, some are excited. But today we really want to take this time to speak about Valentine's Day without the cliche, without the pressure, and without pretending anything. So stay with us, it's going to be a good one.
Let's start with couple. Valentine's Day can be heavy because it's exposing some cracks.
Yes.
It's not that love is no more there necessarily,
But can still be.
can still be.
Yeah.
But there's so much in life. Juggling, how do you say?
Juggling.
The finances, the kids, the teenagers, work and everything, the stress of life.
Sickness, just like unpredictable circumstances. And then your husband forgets Valentine's Day and forgets the flowers. Like that feeling of seeing everybody else on Instagram with their perfect Valentine's Day, and you in your home, you just like feel exhausted and overwhelmed. But love is not about this one day in the year, but a covenant we live out daily.
And if you feel disconnected in your couple right now, very often Valentine's Day feels like a test that we're basically feeling. And actually we should look at it like an invitation to restart, an invitation to pause and come back together intentionally.
Yeah, it can look differently for you this year. Maybe it's not a restaurant, but it's like sitting on the couch together and just like speaking heart to heart. It may be like
Praying.
a nice, praying. It may be a nice meal that you prepare and you eat together at home after the kids went to bed. It may be just like talking about how you can change to be more intentional from like February 15th on, in just thinking about how you can connect again because you felt disconnected or the craziness of life was just like taking over. So Valentine's Day for you can be really a time where you say, like, today doesn't need to be the most
perfect
romantic day, but we can start to reconnect from this day on.
And we always say marriages are not built on a perfect moment. And we sometimes really have this impression, but the idea is it's steps after steps.
It's intentionally really sowing
Yeah.
and fighting for your marriage. And that's what you never see behind the screen or behind the perfect picture. And for us, honestly, not every Valentine's Day was like beautiful. You forgot to.
I don't know if I forgot it. I don't
think so.
remember. But what is sure for me, I always felt this stress, and I always expectation, and basically I had the shame that I realized suddenly on that day, wow, I didn't do my job well. And this is why I think it's beautiful to get away from the shame and believe it's actually an opportunity that day if we both agree on this. Yeah.
And I think it's really just like the expectations, to set the expectation right, maybe even the day before, to speak about it, to be like, hey, we're in a season where it's stressful, we can't go out, but what can we do to still connect? And what can we do in the future to connect? I think that's the most important. I'm like a hopeless romantic, so I love Valentine's Day, and there's a lot of pressure on you, and you're not naturally the gift giver, which is like my love language. So there we had to navigate a lot of Valentine's Day where there were like expectations that weren't met or just like difficulties. So we totally understand. And if one Valentine's Day doesn't work out, what I really tend to think about is we have so many years, so many Valentine's Day. This one doesn't need to be perfect if we intentionally decide to connect more from now on.
Yes, Shamira, she's very kind. She paints a nice picture, and it's true. There's many more days after the 14th of February, but the reality in our lives, at some point, that day brought a lot of frustration. Maybe not every year. So I had to elevate my game and learn as my responsibility, her love language. And one story that is funny, she always had the impression, and it was true, that I was preparing last minute. You wonder, why would you prepare last minute? I think I was kind of scared because of the pressure of that day. So I would rather not think about it too early. But then I was sabotaging that day by just being last minute. So this is something I had to change. I'm less last minute. For me, a week before is less last minute, or 2 weeks before. But it's still not last, for you, it's still a bit last minute. So there's,
No, 2 weeks before is fine. But I think that shows that we both need to work on it. Like, as we often say, to fight for our marriage is not just like to stay the same or just like lean into the circumstances that surround us, but really make changes that both of us feel loved. And as we said, not just on Valentine's Day, because if that would be the only day, that would be very sad, but that it becomes like a habit and a culture in our home.
And let's speak directly to the single parents. That day can be like salt on your wound. You didn't choose your life like this. There's a lot of things that happen, but it's reminding you that you're alone. Everywhere.
Maybe a failure too. And you're just like totally overwhelmed, and we just want to say you're a hero doing it all by yourself, but probably that doesn't like feel like encouragement for you. You see your friends around that are having that perfect Valentine's Day. Again, Instagram shows like a picture that is not even realistic. And we just want to tell you, you probably have this expectation or think, but like married couples are also disconnected. As we already mentioned, expectations are on an all-year high, and there's a lot of loneliness too.
And love is not absent from your life. This is something we want to tell you, whatever the situation you're in, because Jesus is your bridegroom. And this is something that helps us also as a married couple.
For expectations, but I know like when we say Jesus is your bridegroom, this is maybe not what you want to hear, because you want to have this physical husband or wife, and it feels like second class. But let us tell you that this is not second class love, it's the best love of it all. So why not on this Valentine's Day, like spend an evening with your bridegroom Jesus in just like putting on candles, making it really nice, maybe eating a nice meal.
Listen to some worship.
Being like really in his presence, inviting him into your loneliness and letting him fill you with his presence. And this is really not second class, because God says he's close to the brokenhearted. He doesn't rush us. He's not trying to put pressure on us. He's close to us. And this is something that we really want to encourage you to plan for this Valentine's Day. The perfect date. It's even a better date than with your spouse, really, a date with Jesus.
One of the biggest traps on Valentine's Day is comparisons that steals gratitude. The other couple seems to have it better. They went to a better restaurant. They went to the Maldives for Valentine's Day.
Wow.
She got bigger flowers. When you're a single,
they seem happy.
Single parents will maybe look at other couples and say, I wish I had a husband. I wish I had a wife. There's always this thing. And of course, the social media makes it even worse, because on the day you see the beautiful pictures and perfect post that we write in there.
And it doesn't help at all. But we do not see behind those facades, because how does it really look like? We don't know. But comparison steals our joy. And you do not need their lives. You need to live your own faithfully. And that's going to really fulfill you, not looking over the fence to somebody else. What we've really realized that just crushes our spirit. It steals our joy. It steals our gratefulness for what we have too. So like, let's eradicate this for Valentine's Day, but really for every day. And maybe even go through your social media feeds or do a social media fast on February 14th, because it
That's a
doesn't
good
help
point.
us.
Yeah.
And go through your contacts and maybe like delete the ones that don't elevate, strengthen, or encourage you.
But here's the heart of it. Valentine's Day is about love, but not the fragile, conditional love.
Yeah.
God's love is unconditional and is present when the table is full.
Present when the house is empty, present when our heart is content, but also present when we're sad.
And you don't need to manufacture joy today. You don't need to force gratitude, but you can just come as you are.
And whether you're celebrating today or you're lonely, God reminds you that you are loved, you are known, and you are seen.
Here are the simple ground and reset that you can do today as a couple, today or any other day. First, lower the pressure, choose connection over performance, and do something like, be proactive in doing something that connects you and brings you back together.
Yeah. And for single parents, like, thank God for the strength you get daily, because you're not dependent on yourself, but you're dependent on Him. And then really do something special for you. Like, as well, like, you don't have to wait for anybody to buy you flowers. You can buy yourself flowers too and make like have this and just rejoice in it. Spend an evening with Jesus as your bridegroom and just lavish in there. And also, I want to add to just like process through maybe the lies you're carrying, the comparison that is crushing you, and process it with God for Him to reveal it and show you and give you the truth for this next season, that you can walk in truth and not be bound by the lies or comparison or the words that have been spoken over you.
And for everyone, let's invite God in our story today, not as a concept, but as a companion. And Valentine's Day will come and go, but His faithfulness will remain.
Exactly. And love is written differently for everyone, very purposefully, intentionally, sometimes a little bit hidden, sometimes it's like heavy, sometimes it's exciting, but just trust in God that He has your life in His hand and He knows your dreams as well. So we really hope this encouragement, or this was an encouragement for you on this Valentine's Day, this almost, we call it the love month, that you may really bathe in His love and in His presence, because His love is unconditional. He's the best bridegroom, and spending time is never time that we lose. It's like where we can build up our life on being in His presence, and everything else flows out of that. So we really want to encourage you with this video, right in the description, like how you spent Valentine's Day. And we would love to read that and are excited for next week. Until then, bye.